This May, Kingstree, South Carolina becomes a place of remembrance and reflection. Join us for a powerful two-day commemoration marking the 60th anniversary of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s 1966 call to march on ballot boxes. Together, we honor the past, examine the promise, and shape the future. Friday, May 8th and Saturday, May 9th, 2026. For more information, contact C. Williams Rush at 803-397-1859.
All right, I want to welcome everybody in to the official Real Talk Tuesday. The last broadcast wasn't actually supposed to be named Real Talk Tuesday because um I don't normally talk about that kind of stuff on Real Talk Tuesday. Let's see what's going on with this internet here. Mic check, 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 mic check. Microphone check. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Boy, I gotta understand this thing. Mic check, mic check. All right, so listen, in some other news, let's see if I can find this story. My man Pat Cumby was who's doing work in the community, trying to keep it 100. You feel what I'm saying? Despite the fact that here's a fact about Pat that a lot of you don't know, right? Pat Okay, the lag is bad. So here we're gonna start this over, guys, because give me a second here. Let me start this over right where I'm at. Uh, the lag is bad. All right. Yeah, I can see the lag here from thank you for that. Let me reset this. All right, we back. We still got a little lag there. I see. Yeah. Let me try something else. Hold on, y'all. I think that helped a little bit. Yeah, we still got a little bit of a lag, but I think we'll work with that. Can you hear the mic clearly? If you can hear me clearly, it'll be all right. Is my voice coming across clear? Thank you very much. I got a couple second lag there too. Let me see if I can. Got internet right here. All right. Well, I fixed that, and I know one of my top critics is like, "Yeah, those commercials." Okay, I'm gonna do some new commercials. All right, but for right now, while I fix this lagging situation. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Most people know the building. Most people say the name, but very few people know the story behind it. The Ralph H. Johnson Veteran Affairs Medical Center in Charleston, South Carolina, isn't named after a politician. It's not named after a donor. It's named after a young Marine who made the ultimate sacrifice. Ralph Henry Johnson was just 19 years old, a United States Marine, a Vietnam War veteran, a kid from South Carolina who answered the call. In June of 1968, during combat in Vietnam, Johnson's unit came under attack. Grenades began raining down. Ralph Johnson didn't hesitate. He didn't look for cover. He didn't think about himself. He threw himself on the grenade. He gave his life so others could live. For that act of courage, Ralph H. Johnson was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor, the highest military decoration in the United States. So every time a veteran walks through those doors, every time a family finds care, every time a life is saved inside that hospital, they're walking into a place of true valor. Not a name on a wall, not just a sign on a building, but a story, a sacrifice, a reminder of what service really means. So the next time you hear the name Ralph H. Johnson, ask yourself, did you know his story? All right, I'm still working on this problem here. Let's go to something else here.
If you have yet to sign up for the Georgetown 250 committee, please go see Mr. Ken. And if you are not from Georgetown County, I charge you to go back to your county and find out when and where you can be a part of for your county's 250. All 46 counties in the state of South Carolina has a committee, and it's our duty to preserve our history. South Carolina has a whole lot of history that have yet been told, and it's our duty to do so. So please, guys, please, like my babies always say, Mommy, please get involved. Please get involved as much as you can. And Mr. Ken is right there at the registration table. Give him your name. Get signed up to be a part of the Georgetown 250. Google SC250. Put in your email. Get the newsletter sent out to you every month. Get the newsletter. Guys, I'm telling you, there's a lot of history here in South Carolina. I do believe South Carolina holds the title of the most battles in American Revolution. And our story has still yet been told fully. Get involved, please, ma'ams. Please, sirs, get involved. Our babies' future depend on it.
In times of trouble, you need someone who knows the law, knows the community, and knows how to fight for you. The law offices of Caesar McKnight, right here in Kingstree, South Carolina, is committed to protecting your rights and protecting your future. From criminal defense, personal injury, to family law. When the stakes are high, experience matters, and so does someone who listens. Call today and get a competent, passionate, and effective legal team on your side. Because when life hits hard, you don't have to go through it alone. The law offices of Caesar McKnight, justice for real people, serving the Kingstree and surrounding South Carolina communities. Call now or visit the website today or stop by for a free consultation. All right, so there we go, man. It's crazy right now, but it is crazy right now. But it seems like we are back on. I think the lag is gone. Yep, I think it's gone. All right, so man, I gotta pull some more stuff back up and everything. But Patrick Cumby was talking about an issue that what's crazy is when I started to get on this whole community podcast, Andrew's the podcast whole thing. I was looking for in the community, just trying to develop stories, see who had stories, who had a story, and everybody's sending this thing from Monopoly. And I got in a conversation with if you from Andrews or Conway, definitely you know who Skinny Black is, and shout out to Skinny Black. Skinny Black does a lot of work in the community with helping out, doing work, good work at a definitely a discount price, at an affordable price to help people out in the community. So shout out to my man Skinny Black for that. But Skinny Black told me a story about when he used to work at the when they were building the Andrews Rec, and that's exactly what Pat was talking about. He was in there. I'm about to play a video that he put up about the Andrews Rec. First, the access to the rec was one thing, and I think once he got in there, then he found out exactly why they don't let him in. But back to the conversation that I was having with Skinny Black when I was developing this podcast, and I'm sure if I look for that footage, I got it somewhere. He was telling me a story about a situation where he had been arrested for the theft of some cinder blocks or some material that came off of that site, that job, Andrews Rec Department. But then he was also telling me about how that the county had zero oversight in the building of this building. And he told me back then about the problems that you're going to watch that Pat is talking about now because of the shortcuts that was taken in the building of this. They had nobody. That's the problem with government spending. Okay. Once the money gets approved and they, we send it to the lowest bidder. That's not the end of the job. The job still continues because you got to see that the job is done correctly, properly, in a manner that is worth the money that was spent on it. And so let's see what my bro Pat is talking about. I sent him a link here earlier, so hopefully he pops in and can add some context to what's going on in this video. But this is a video from my man Patrick Cumby. Go follow him.
This whole side of the court shut down, right? At the rec. Only this part of the gym open. You know what I'm saying? I call local officials and everything, explain why they can't get this gym for a fix. Like, look at that. Like the rebar is coming out of the ground, out of the floor. Now, mind this is not hard.
Now I can tell you, Representative Ernie Cooper does not have a clue about what's going on there. And that's not because he's incompetent or anything. That is just because it wasn't during his term when it happened. Now, I'm not saying that to defend him. He's accepted a role. And so now he's accepted the problem. But I want to make it clear, these were problems that were created before he got there. So, yeah.
Hardwood, it's like vinyl, like a rug, right? All the bad spots in the gym. That have been like this at least about 2 or 3 months now. It ain't fixed yet. I done called Ernie Cooper.
The question is there a order in for to have this work done? This should be public information, and Pat, reach out to me and we'll talk about the next step in getting this information. And I apologize, guys. This mic keep cutting out because I got a cheap mic cord, and to be quite honest with you.
Ain't getting no answer. All of this bad. All this bad back here. Like I said, this is number rub now. But it can't get fixed though.
Yeah, and Skinny Black was talking about some structural bourbon, some structural problems, and that's what I think we're looking at there. We're looking at foundational problems that now that building's been there a couple years and settled, there's no way at the age of that building that you should be having that problem right there. And and he says this has been like this for a couple months now. So let's go.
You got tape all around the floor, man. And this is a new gym. It's a new gym. But we can't get none of this fixed.
Yeah, let's see. When was that gym built? Let's find out here real fast. Give me a second here. I'll find that answer for us. When was that gym built? Looking at what they got going on there. Okay. When was the Andrews When was the Andrews Recreation Gym built in Andrews, South Carolina? The Georgetown County. Yeah, find the history and the construction details. This is the Andrews Rec Center located in Andrews, South Carolina, on the site of the old Andrews High School. It's the Georgetown County Recreation Department. Sorry. When was this building built? Sorry, it's taking a little longer than I thought. Yeah, don't ever depend on this stuff right here. I'm almost embarrassed to even show you the answers that I got, but I'll look that up. Shouldn't have did that live, but I'll look it up and figure it out, and we'll go from there. But let's finish this video on out.
None of this get fixed. Bring that to me. Bring that.
No, they don't need to explain it to you. They need to explain it to the taxpayers. And there's an answer. That's poor. That's what happens with a lot of these buildings, a lot of these projects. When these projects get bidded out, there's nobody going to go back and do any quality assurance and make sure that the taxpayer is getting a quality product. And Skinny Black was telling me this story back then. So I can't wait to talk to him again and regenerate that story that he was telling me back then.
Me. This whole side of the court shut down, right? At the rec. Only this part of the gym open. You know what I'm saying? I call local officials and everything, explain why they can't get this gym floor fixed. Like, look at that.
That's literally rebar coming out of the damn floor. All right, so my camera dead over there, y'all. So y'all ain't gonna get to see my beautiful face right now. You get to see that logo though. And I got some other faces that you can see. Hey, everybody else in this picture, right? I want y'all to ask that dude, like, man, why would you be threatening that guy right there, man? Y'all picture would already be off of the thing. And dude, here's one of the issues too, right? Y'all see the guy down there in the bottom, and again, I understand the court. You got to go through the due process and all that bullshit. But let's be realistic here, right? He's threatening to slap me, right? When, dude, you're literally just I mean, here we are. Let's look at this article right here. Let's go back. That's the guy. That's the guy right there, Vincent Staggers, right? And then he got my damn name, Vincent Jamal Staggers. I guess that's probably why you mad. I'm gonna show you how to be a real Jamal, though, right? You need to look up what that name means. Maybe that's the problem. Nobody taught you what the name means, so you just ran around being an ugly person. You know what I mean? You thought you was gangster right there with the hair. With the little, you know what I mean? You dread it out. Gangsterism. Gangster to the core. Y'all tell me, why is this man still out on the street getting arrested? Here, let's let these people. Let me see you go slap somebody at Live 5 News. Little troll looking ass.
Office says they have arrested 2 men charged with drug trafficking. 28-year-old Vincent Staggers and 23-year-old Lamont McCray are both charged with trafficking more than 28 grams of heroin and fentanyl. McCray, who was
That's a trafficking charge in South Carolina.
driving, and Staggers are accused of fleeing a traffic stop near Andrews on Friday. They were later apprehended in Williamsburg County after allegedly ditching their vehicle and running. Deputies say they recovered 77 grams of a gray-blue substance that tested positive for fentanyl. Both are being held in Georgetown County Detention Center awaiting a bond hearing.
Shit, you probably that one.
Hey, Roku users.
Shut up, lady. I don't know. You know what I mean? Because we still trying to figure out who sold that fentanyl to Shantae and Leroy. You mad at me? You talk about you gonna do what or what? Take the what and left the what? Look, dog, you on another news station. Hold on a second, let's pull that up there. And Lamont McCray, I ain't got no problem with you, man. I didn't arrest you. Okay, and your man, he out here. He out here thugging. Huh? Tell me he gonna slap me. He gonna slap me. Better slap Carter Weaver. You gonna slap somebody now. I'm gonna do some slapping too now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slap this right here up on the screen, and I'm gonna read it for you because you know we ain't gonna get into that. Williamsburg County. The Georgetown County Sheriff's Office says they arrested 2 men on drug trafficking charges Friday. Guys, this is for back in June 2023. Okay. There was more than enough time for him to go to court on this right here. Okay. And, but La 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 la. So I'm gonna beep out my man name. Beep, beep, beep. 23 was charged with failure to stop for a blue light and trafficking more than 28 grams of heroin slash fentanyl. And Vincent Staggers, 28, was charged with. You got that little younger dude right there. I wonder who was charged with trafficking more than 28 grams of heroin slash fentanyl. Guys, that's a trafficking charge in South Carolina. Okay, and let's do a little math here. Okay, let's go here to the Googler. Okay, what is the sentencing guidelines for trafficking heroin in South Carolina? Okay, let's go. So, all right, guys, let's go here. Let's pull this up. I want to share this with you guys here. All right, a little copy and paste action going on here. Again, I appreciate you all for being here. And this is Andrews, the podcast, #1 podcast in South Carolina, at least. You know what I mean? We're working. That's all I can tell you. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna post this. It's gonna be cut off, but I'll read the complete thing. The trafficking heroin in South Carolina is a severe felony with mandatory minimum. That's an MMS, mandatory minimum, ranging from 7 to 40 years in prison, depending on the weight and number of offenses. These sentences cannot be suspended, and defendants are not eligible for probation or parole. Okay, and so here are some more numbers for you guys on this, and we'll yeah, that's why they come over here, bro. They come to see you go to prison, and they come to understand why. It's kind of deep. It's kind of deep, right? It's kind of deep right now, but here we go. All right, so you see on the bottom of the screen right there, heroin penalties, and that's the South Carolina code. So you know I'm not making this up at all. Now keep in mind this happened back in 2023, and my man ain't been to court yet. Johnny Cochran must be still out there. Yeah, Johnny Cochran must be still out there. Which we don't we know he's not out there, so we're not gonna trip on that. You know what I'm saying? We know. We know what you did last summer. We know what you did in 2023 or however. But let's stick to the script here. Let's remove this. And let's put these numbers up here that I was showing you right there, the heroin trafficking penalties. So now keep in mind the number that they said he was caught with, okay? And so I'm showing you the guidelines. This is what's supposed to happen. You know what I mean? Unless you working with them people. You know what I mean? That's a whole nother status. Here we go. All right. So in the state of South Carolina, which we are in, 4 to 14 grams, first offense, a mandatory minimum. So when you get caught with that much, you're supposed to do 7 years, mandatory minimum, between 7 and 25 years in prison and a $50,000 fine. Does this dude in the middle look like he's ready to do 7 or 25 years? I'm just giving you the facts. Don't argue with me, argue with the facts. Here we go. Four to 14 second or subsequent offenses, a minimum of 25 years and $100,000. So how is these dudes getting caught with fentanyl and heroin multiple times? After the second time, your ass is supposed to be going up the road for 25 years, according to the heroin trafficking penalties, South Carolina Code 44-53-370. Keep in mind now, we're gonna go back and look at how much he caught with, right? And this is how snitches are made, guys. Like I'm taking you somewhere. You just gotta understand. I'm taking you somewhere right now. 14 to 28 grams, minimum 25 years in prison and $200,000 fine. Okay, so let's go back and see what our favorite suspect, let's see what he was caught with back in 2023. Okay. It says here, Vincent Staggers, 28, was charged with trafficking more than 28 grams of heroin / fentanyl. Let me make sure that's on the screen so y'all don't think I'm making something up. Let's go back here. Right here, you see this? You see the? I'm out here over advertisement. Come back over here to your left. Right, come by my man named Beep Beep, and come under Vincent Staggers, 28, was charged with trafficking more than 28 grams of heroin / fentanyl. Okay. And according to the South Carolina guidelines, not the Andrews the Podcast guidelines, not the Jay Rich guidelines, according to the South Carolina Trafficking Penalties Code, this is what is codified into law. It says here 14 to 28 grams, minimum 25 years in prison and a $200,000 fine. Hell, they got caught with that much fentanyl on this run. Now, it said he was caught with more than, back in 2023, he was caught with more than 28 grams. That's what's in the damn newspaper. Okay? He was caught with more than 28 grams. So let's go back and see what the heroin trafficking penalties, South Carolina Code 44-53-370 says. But that much heroin, over 28 grams. 28 grams or more, 25 to 40 years in prison, meaning that The minimum that you could get for having more than 28 grams of heroin is 25 years. So please tell me why in 2026 these people are still walking the street. Talking about they gonna slap somebody. Vincent, somebody gonna rape your little bitch ass when you get to jail, boy. I know you're gonna try to join every damn gang. You're gonna be a Crip, a Blood, a Muslim. You gonna have to do all of that, boy.
Georgetown County Sheriff's Office says they have arrested 2 men charged with drug trafficking. 28-year-old Vincent
I bet you won't slap that lady. She about to say your name.
Staggers and 23
Oh, I bet you won't slap her. Yeah, that white lady.
Year-old Lamont McCray are both charged with trafficking more than 28 grams of heroin and fentanyl.
So what happened on that case, big dogs? This is not the kind of people you want to be. You want to be around. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, look at these numbers and just think about. Oh, let me get a picture of the latest bust they had with these people. If somebody tagged the sheriff, of course. His name is Sheriff Carter Weaver, and also tagged the chief of police in Andrews or any of your towns or whatever. I love law enforcement. You know what I mean? I've got law enforcement that'll reach out to me and be like, "Hey, take that down. That's a little close to being a threat." You know what I mean? Because they know I ain't going after no innocent John. All right, let's get this other image up here real fast. But we still know Carter Weaver, like I told you. Everybody know you still got some work to do now. That investigation was bullshit if you ain't got dang saw what was going on the other side of town. Now, if you let me know, hey, you work for us, okay, then that will calm my suspicion. You know what I'm saying? That's enough heroin in this picture right here to get you a life sentence. And people are walking around with life sentences in their damn pocket. Like it's nothing. My thing is, give it to them. Get their ass the life sentence. Spread it out between all 6 of them. But we know somebody telling already. And maybe this has something to do with it. I don't know. But I know you slapping me got something to do with me talking about you all night. You better go slap Crazy Legs, boy. I don't know. I don't know who telling Mo. Y'all some comfortable drive. I mean, look at the sentencing guidelines, y'all. This is the sentencing guidelines. And as you, again, I'm going to run through this. So when you hearing about these busts, these motherfuckers got minimum mandatory sentence. Minimum mandatory sentence meaning that the judge can't give you no less than 7 years. In this case right here, minimum is 25 years that the judge can give you. A minimum. Anybody with any bit of common sense, I mean the smallest amount of common sense, after you got caught in 2023 with a life sentence worth of drugs, you got caught with more than 14 grams, 40 years in prison, 25 to 40 years in prison. Anybody, any common sense human being. I'm not talking to somebody that's devolved down to basically a beast. Anybody with any sense of God and any kind of just anything, after dealing with a sentence like that over your head, after this case right here, nah, immediately go back out and engage in the same behavior. And they raise kids around this type of stuff too now. Don't let that slip. Don't let that slip. Brian, you can let them be in your community. You better get up here and say something. Like I say, we don't have to agree on a lot of things, but I know that's one thing. I know you the type of person that don't want drugs all over in your community, and I'm the type of person that don't want drugs in my community. So all that other bullshit we disagree about, we could put that to the side and figure out a solution on how to get this thing out of our community. And then we can go back to disagreeing about the other meaningless things. You feel what I'm saying? Because this affects me, this affects you, this affects property value, this affects the whole community. Because you got people like that raise their kids in this type of environment and then put them in school with your kid. And whoever take a risk is saying, what you saying? Explain that a little bit more. You gotta unabonics that a little bit for me. Right? You gotta actually articulate yourself. I know it may be frustrating sometimes. Reading helps. I understand the retardation in some people when they start saying what you're saying. It's like, what are you listening to? Forget what I'm saying. Listen to what these people saying on the news. These white people, maybe you can understand them better. Maybe that's how that's got to happen. You know, usually slaves only listen to, you know what I mean? They fall back. Y'all niggas fall back to default settings. Factory
County
settings.
Sheriff's Office says they have arrested 2 men charged with drug trafficking. 28-year-old Vincent Staggers.
Did you understand that part? What you saying? What you saying? Here. Let me see. Here.
Georgetown County Sheriff's Office says they have arrested 2 men charged with drug trafficking. 28-year-old Vincent Staggers and 23-year-old Lamont McCray are both charged with trafficking more than 28 grams of heroin and fentanyl.
And this is what we call the black community. Only in the black community could you get threatened for pointing out what should just normally be, you know, is come on, man. All right, so if you saw a picture of yourself, right? Like this is what in school what they talk about calling context clues. You feel what I'm saying? Okay. So do you hop in the middle of a TV show and ask them what they're talking about, or do you try to catch on? Okay, if you see a picture of yourself and the picture of yourself is you in a mugshot, obviously I'm talking about you in a damn mugshot. Like, I don't know if you're trying to be slick or smart or none of that, whatever. Like, but it's retarded, is what it is. Like, that's what they call a rhetorical question. You could just sit there for a little while and just wait and just, you know what I mean? This is when they get into talking about, man, let me put this myself on camera because I don't like to not be on camera when I'm doing this. I ain't gonna be HD, but you know what I mean? I gotta open that up. Can y'all see me? Oh, it might not show up. Yeah, what I was talking about is the time. I don't know which picture is yours. Take a risk. No, I don't work for APB, but I promise you this here. You better block that page because I'm gonna find out who you work for. Or I already know who you work for. You say your page on here. Okay. We'll see about that. You hiding behind that name there. We'll see just how that works out for you, homeboy. You gotta be a stupid motherfucker to be out here selling dope and then wonder why. Like, this is the problem I have with public schools because it produced this kind of individual right here. Preschool, dumb niggas. It's not all, right? Because some people got good parents, some people got a good village around them that understands the importance of education and being able to articulate yourself. You know what I mean? In an appropriate way. So now the problem I'm having is I'm looking at the camera when I should be looking at this camera right here. So yeah. I'm a bitch, but you going to prison. You going to prison, but I'm a bitch. You're retarded. You don't have the ability to do anything else. Nobody taught you any better. So you should blame the adults in your life. Nobody ever showed you or ever explained to you that education, the road to success, it you got to go by the schoolhouse, man. Yeah. Again, I'm going to explain to you how retarded you are. It's 7 people on here. Nobody gives AF about what you're talking about. But your retarded ass is here watching what I'm talking about, dude. Like, can you like we could do this? All right, let me give me another shot here together. I got some good bourbon too for you, dumbass too. Like, you're watching. I don't give a damn if nobody on there. As long as your retarded ass is on here watching, that's my point. That's what you call a target audience, right? This is targeted. I didn't do this for everybody else because really my audience is actually interested in civilized stuff, right? I targeted this for you. I lowered the bar and then you came right in like the retard you are, okay? And you're so stupid that you won't stop watching. Now keep commenting. Because I already got your page. Because you're stupid. It's the retarded. It's only 7 people in here. And you one of them. Fucking idiot. So keep commenting. I love when they do that. I love that. I love that. Like, y'all gotta understand, man. There's just a part of me that just I love that ratchet shit too. Now. I ain't even gonna, you know what I mean? Try to stand above and be away from it, but it's just in me, man. It's just in me, dog. You know what I mean? Are you the one that said it's gonna slap me? Or maybe you want to slap me now. I invite you to it, man. Yeah, I invite you to it. Maybe go get a fucking job and stop selling drugs. Maybe that'll help. Let me get the picture back up here and make sure I got that picture up there. Maybe that'll help. Because coming on Facebook to fight with me, you're gonna lose. But I need you to do it now. Don't get it twisted. I need you to do it. So please don't bitch up now. Don't go to blocking and all that. Keep commenting. I need that. I need that. Shit, he even got Scott on here watching, dog. What if one of them 7 people the sheriff? Does that matter? Does quantity or content? Does quantity or quality matter to you? I'm a quality type guy. See, the problem is you couldn't get 3 people to sit and listen to you unless you're giving them some dope. That's the difference between me and you. See, I can get on here and talk for an hour, and I can talk about anything for an hour. You can't do that. That's called arrested development. Again, you should blame the adults in your life. Somebody should have broke that down to you. And your intelligence level won't allow you to just turn this stuff off and just get away from it. Like, you know what I mean? You don't have the ability to just turn it off because you know I'm going to say some things that's actually true. That's the only reason this stuff matters. Is what I'm saying is true. I understand. I used to be stupid too. I know. And then I have the ability to just keep doing shit like this. Like, just, I know that shit must be frustrating like hell. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was keeping 100.
McRae, who was driving in Staggers, are accused of fleeing a traffic stop near Andrews on Friday.
Now, why would you run from the traffic stop?
They were later apprehended.
And it's back in 2023 now. Y'all remember I gave y'all those sentences and those guidelines and whatever. But hey, maybe Johnny Cochran is still working miracles. Who knows? And that's the funny thing about this too, big dog. Is all kind of law enforcement people gonna watch this, right? And we got your name already. Take a risk. You did. You're gonna lose. You should probably take a seat and shut the fuck up sometimes. Can't get nothing out of that. But when you open your mouth, when you open your mouth, when you open your mouth about why I got him on that paper. Why you got you on that picture? The hell? I was looking for drug arrest in Andrews. And you blaming me? Sound like a bitch ass nigga to me. Like, come on, man. Like, you can't blame me for something you did that I'm talking about. Come on, dog. But I'm going to chill. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to chill. I got to get off of here. I got a lot of research to do tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be ready. Like, when they come, oh, yeah, I'll be ready. 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 I don't think you be ready though. But anyway, I don't know, man. Y'all. Oh my goodness, it's been an hour, and this fool's still in here. Let me help you out a little bit, big dog.